Welcome back and thank you for joining me. Today we will be focusing on the upper body and just isolating each of the joints to find more space. To start, we're going to focus on the cervical spine, so these few vertebrae here. A quick reminder to respect your body's boundaries and be mindful of any points of pain. Picture you're in cement from the shoulders down, and then lift and lengthen up through your neck and spine. Roll your chin towards your chest, and we'll start by taking it to the right side first, pretending there's water in our ear that we pour out as we look towards the sky, and then an imaginary ball behind our neck that we lengthen and roll over towards the left, pouring that water out on that side, and looking down, returning our chin to chest. I'll move to the side to give you a quick example. I don't want you compressing your neck and just kinking it back as far as you can, rather lifting as you roll, being intentional, and imagining rolling over that ball. Okay, let's take it a few times on each side. So starting with chin at our chest, we'll start towards the right, pouring that water out of our ear, looking up, rolling over the ball, pouring out on the left side, and our chin back to chest. Automatically back towards the left, following the same pattern, and down the right side this time. We're just going to switch from side to side like this, back towards the right, down the left, and chin to chest. You're welcome to take this pattern at your own pace, working within your own range of motion. As always, be mindful of your body. If you're running into points of pain, be sure to make the circle smaller. Taking it one more time on this side. And when you've finished, go ahead and come back forward. Okay, let's go ahead and shift our focus towards the shoulder blades. We'll be isolating these two joints next, so you're welcome to join me in a stable seat or on high knees. Something to keep in mind here is the lower back and neck. We don't want to find movement or bending in these places, no jutting out, and we actually mean to move the shoulder blades. So take a moment to stabilize yourself, and when you're ready, shrug those shoulders up to your ears, pull them back, stitch them down, draw them forward, up, and release. We'll take it in both directions, so pulling them up, drawing them forward, down, back, up, and releasing. Let's take this in both directions, just switching back and forth, remembering to work within your own range of motion at your own pace, being mindful of any sticky points. Moving with intention, doing our best to make this a fluid movement. Continuing at your own pace. One more rep in each direction. When you've completed it, go ahead and shake it out. I'll move forward as we step into our next movement, which will be isolating the shoulders. We'll start here either in a high kneeling position or standing. We'll take our focus to this inner bicep right here. We'll want it to roll open and forward so you can see it. And here you might be able to tell if you have a carrying angle or not. It doesn't really matter either way. But once you have your bicep rolled open, go ahead and pull your arm across your body as far as you can. With our palm facing out, we'll begin to lift our arm, rolling our shoulder up. Be cautious that your ribs don't flare open or your hips tilt. Once you hit this wall reaching up, go ahead and flip your palm back and around. scraping out this imaginary bowl, and then rotating your arm back. Once it's by your side, we'll take it in the opposite direction. So reaching that palm backwards, trying to touch the wall, rotating the hand, scooping it out, and bringing it down and back forwards. Taking it back up, hitting that wall, rotating the palm down. Scrape, scrape, scrape as much as you can, not letting your shoulder drop back too far. And then bringing your hand back and down, thumb side towards you. Whenever you're hitting a wall, just rotate your palm. Doing our best not to let the ribs flare or the hips tilt or our shoulder dropping back too far. We don't want any twisting or movement in other places of the body. We'll take one more circle here. Once you come forward, go ahead and release. Take that arm out, adjust, and we'll take it to the other side. So bicep rolls out, arm across the body, palm up, reach up, rolling those ribs, scraping out the bowl with our palm, coming back down, thumb side in, reach back for the wall, rotate the palm, come forward, rotate slightly, palm up. You're welcome to hold on to your ribs here to keep yourself in check and honest as you move through these rotations. Might be helpful to do these in front of a mirror so you can keep yourself in check and notice when you're starting to give in other places of your body. I'll take a few more here, so go at your own pace. Maybe you don't reach back as far. This is usually where people struggle the most. Work within your own body's limitations and boundaries. When you come back forward, go ahead, release, shake it out. You guys are doing great. So we're gonna move on to our next exercise, which will be the elbows. So you're welcome to sit down in a little bit more of a comfortable place. But here you'll be able to tell a lot more my carrying angles, just how my arms buoy out a little bit. Here we'll also focus a little bit on the forearm bones, so the radial and the ulna. If you hold your wrist like this, you'll be able to feel how they twist and click over each other. It affects your elbow to some degree. So when you're ready, stiffen through your wrist, palm up, drop your shoulders, and then close that elbow joint, reaching for your shoulders. You might not touch, that's okay. We'll go ahead and flip the palm here, rotating through the forearm, and then press down as if we're pressing through honey or syrup. And then we'll automatically pull back up, flip and rotate again, and press down. This isn't necessarily a very physically exerting motion, but it does have its benefits. Keep in mind that we only rotate at the top of the movement or where the joint is closed. Continue this pattern at your own pace. And when you've come back forward, go ahead, release. We'll jump right into the wrists from here. Oftentimes we'll roll our wrists out loosey-goosey and it feels pretty good, but we'll not be doing that. So go ahead and wrap one wrist around the other hand. If you twist your forearm, you'll be able to feel how the radial and ulna click over each other. That's a movement we're going to want to avoid in this. So keep yourself in check with any movement. Go ahead, stiffen through your wrist, point your fingers down and back as far as you can, rotate towards the pinky side, pull up towards your face, rotate to the thumb side, down and release. Shake it out. We'll take it in the opposite direction, so stiffen through the fingers. Pull them towards the thumb side, down, around, back up. From this pointed up position, go ahead and rotate it the other side, pinky side down first, around, up the thumb side. Continue to follow this pattern at your own pace, trying to create and make it more fluid as you go, drawing these circles with your wrist, pushing your wrist as far as you can without pain or compromising the integrity of this exercise. Release, let's go to the opposite side. Same intentions here, stiffen through your wrist, point your fingers down, rotate pinky side up, over to the thumb side and back down. Go ahead and begin moving within your own range of motion, making sure to switch in each direction so you hit all points and move at your own pace, being mindful of the key points. We'll do a few more reps on this side. Remembering that you're moving through somewhat of syrup, giving yourself that little bit of pushback. One more here. And release, shake it out. Great job, guys. Okay, this is the last exercise for the upper body. Go ahead and come on to high knees. Be mindful of your hips here. We don't want to be bending through them or finding movement there. So stabilize yourself. We'll be focusing on the thoracic and lumbar spine. So we'll take the arms out of the equation by crossing them over our body. From here, tuck your chin in a little bit. And when you're ready, begin to curl forwards. You're not bending through your hips, so this movement will mainly come from your core. When you've reached your edge, begin tipping towards your right, lifting upwards, tilting back, lengthening through your spine as you roll and rotate over towards the left, tuck in, crunch down, and come forward. You might recognize this is very similar to the neck rotation that we did at the beginning. Same kind of concept, tucking forward, rotating towards the left, pouring the water out on this side, rolling over like an imaginary yoga ball as you lift and lengthen, and tucking and pulling in on the right side. Come back to center and just immediately follow back onto the right side. We're going to take a few reps like this, so go at your own pace. This one is a lot more physically exerting than some of the other exercises we did, so just pace yourself and keep the integrity of form rather over speed or reps. I want you to keep a consistent speed, however, through your entire rotation. So if you go slower at one point, I want you to go that same speed through the entire rotation. Let's take a few more like this. Okay, one more circle around. Taking your time. When you come back forward, go ahead, release. You guys are all finished. Hopefully you add this to your own mobility practice. Thank you so much for joining me.